Hi, welcome back, my dear students. I'm glad that you are here. That means that you are putting an effort to actually finish this, and it will help you at the end. I promise you that. Now, in this lecture here, we are going to be creating tables. It's going to be really fun because tables allows us to organize data. So it's also super important in HTML. So let's go ahead and open our code brackets, right? Our code editor. And let's do a save as on this blank.html like we always do. And let's call this tables. This is going to be really nice. All right. So we are learning how to code here, which is really awesome, right? So sorry about that. I just got out of the place. And let's open our code, our browser. There we go. Perfect. So let's create right here on the right hand side. Let's create a table tag, just like any regular HTML tag. It has a closing tag. All right. And now the table tag, this is the syntax. This is the way it's written. And when I say syntax, that's what I mean. All right. So the way it's written is like this: opening table tag, closing table tag. And now we're going to have some children of this parent. All right. That's what it's called. This is the parent. And this is going to be the little children of them, of this tag. And the first one is going to be a table row. All right. And this table row is going to have, and this is what it usually has. It has a table cell, all right, or table data. So we're going to say table data here. And then we're going to create another row with another table data in there, table data 1 and table data 2. And as you can see, these rows, they go horizontally. So if I refresh, if I actually do an inspect element on it, I can show you right now. Put this to the side. Let's go into this HTML tag, table tag. Let's go into the body with these little arrows. And I'm in Google Chrome, remember that. And if I hover over the first TR there, you can see that it goes horizontally. And then if I hover over the next one, if I put my mouse over, all right, and this is how the way they go. They keep going down, all right, it goes to the horizontally like this. That's how they do it. So make another one, it's going to keep going down. Actually, in a way, it is coming vertically down because they are rows, but if we keep putting data, it's going to go to the right hand side. You're going to see what I mean in a minute. All right, so if I put another TD here on the first one, refresh, you see it goes to the right hand side. All right, so in a way, the tables, when I put the rows, they actually go vertically. All right, I'm sorry about that. I got vertical and horizontal confused in a minute there. So the TDs, they go horizontally, and the rows, they go vertically down. All right. So don't get it confused like I did in a minute. So now let's create this a little better so that way it makes sense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that table row out of there, and I'm going to create a table. I'm going to call this name. All right. And I'm going to call this last name here. Right there. All right. So last name, name and last name. So how can I create more under the name column? How can I put names under that column, under this, not column, under this? Basically, it's like a column in a way, right? If you see it that way. So how can I put names here? So remember, this is a table and we have some structure down here. We can't see it right now because it's under here. It's on the markup. But let's go ahead and do it like this. So I'm going to put Peter. And as you can see, if I refresh, Peter goes there. So how do I create more under that? Do I put another TD here? Remember what happens when I put another TD? It goes to the next line, right? It goes horizontally. So we can't do it like that. What we need to do is make another row and another row. And we're going to say John. And let's call this guy, I don't know. Let's actually use a girl name, right? Maria. Refresh. And now you see everything else is going vertically. All right. So vertically. So you guys, if you notice, I got sometimes a little problem with the English and I kind of confuse the terms. All right. So disregard that. If I find any errors, I'll fix it up. All right. But anyways, so we got this right here. And now if I want to put something under the last name, how do I do it? Well, we need to create something under each of these names. So if I want the last name for Peter, let's give Peter a last name with another TD right here. Let's call Peter Williams. Let's go and refresh. And as you can see here on the last name field there, we got Williams. And then we can give John maybe a last name, very famous last name. I'm going to give it. It's going to be called Doe. John Doe. That's a very famous last name because it's like a dummy text kind of thing. And Maria, let's give her a Spanish last name, Gonzalez. Hopefully I'm spelling it right. Not wrong, right. Refresh. There we go. See that? All right. So now we can do other things with this table. What I want to do is actually create another table row. And here I want to create a heading, TH. That's a tag that we are going to be using. Table rows allows us to separate data inside our table. All right. So let's create the name, title, and let's create last name right here. So when we create the last name and the first name, we can see that they turn bold. So instead of using this tool here, we can just take that off. And we can refresh it here, and as you can see there, now they do have a heading that looks a lot better than the one we had before. All right, so I'm also going to show you the right way of constructing this. This is the simplest way, and it will work fine. But there is a better way that is actually the best practice. All right, so the best practice is to wrap all this up in something called a T-head. All right, so we're gonna wrap the table headings in the T-head right here with the row and everything, and then we wrap everything underneath in something called the T-body which we saw on the inspect element a minute ago. If you missed it, I'll show you in a minute, but this is the default T-body that the browser displays. Right before the ending table tag, we can paste that. There we go. All right, so look at the structure again. T-head, and then we have our table row, and then we have the T headings here. All right, and then another thing is that you can put whatever you want in here inside the table. As a matter of fact, there are many elements that you can put in here. You can say something like hello, put a H1 here and say this is the title, right? And come back here, refresh, and now this is huge. Let's just make it smaller. See that? So you can put anything on inside the table. Of course, you don't want to do that. You don't want to mess up your table like that. But there are cases where you want to put other elements inside, like paragraphs, other things, forms, and some other things in there. But that would be in an advanced course, all right? So this is the way that you build a table. Make sure that all your elements are really nice and tight here, all right? So that way it's really well structured. That way it's not a mess, all right? There we go, like this. Oops, let's close that up and table. There we go. And now that looks really nice, right? So anyway, this is how you create a table in HTML, and this is how you format it. So thank you so much, and I see you in the next lecture. If you're keeping up with me, great job, all right? I'm really proud of you. I'll see you in the end of the lecture, all right? Because I want to actually tell you something at the end of the lecture. Don't skip it. Don't go to the end yet because it's a surprise. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this lecture, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.